Hello everyone, this is Mr. Roger. I'm one of the librarians here at ACC, and I'm going to do you a short video on your informative research essay for this English 1301 class and assignment that you have. So a few things that I'm going to start with up front is I want to show you the library sources and resources that we have, so that you'll have a better idea of what we can help you with. And then we're going to go into using the databases, and then a quick bit about citations. Unfortunately, if you use the library's databases that we subscribe to, you will not have to worry about your citations because all articles already have citations created for them. And that's especially helpful because it will save you time and energy and will make sure that your citations are correct, which your instructor will like immensely. So let's get going. According to your assignment, you're required to have 2 scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles and 2 credible sources. So that's going to be very easy to do. And you will see in a moment just how much so that is. Let's go first to the pod. So you'll want to get logged in there. Go to Campus Services, down to Library. I will sign in. And here you will see the library's page. We have a few things here that are good for you to know. When you are off campus, it will be necessary for you to log into databases in order to access them. If you're on campus, accessing through the college network, you will not have to provide any login credentials. In any case, here's a shortcut to those IDs and logins for EBSCO, which is a database company, and TechShare, which is a state library program that allows us to subscribe to their to the offerings that they contract for. Additionally, we have these subject guides. And it would be a good idea at this point in time to click on the English and Literature one. I'm going to open that. I'm going to right click and open it in a new tab to use that here shortly. You'll also see that we have others, and there are more being created. So you can use these for your other classes, of course. That's not a problem. The other thing that we want to be aware of is that over here in the right-hand column, you'll see these headers. Here is a link to our research help guides. So please go to that. It should give you this page. And I want you to do, we're going to download 3 of these and save these to your computer. I would suggest creating a folder for them, either on your desktop or creating a folder for your English 1301 class and then putting it within that folder. You might also want to copy this to your OneDrive so that you have it in multiple places in case one is not available. So let's start with the Credo Reference Collection. Come down here and click on that. And here's what the help guide looks like. Some important things about it. It will help you to a step-by-step process to go to the databases, help you find it. It'll give you the login and the password. And then from there, it'll give you screenshots of the various ways that you will, things that you will see as you go through your search process. These are meant to be a reminder And so it's good to have them available quickly when you need them. So download that, and then return back to the Research Help Guides. Let's go down to the EBSCO Databases Help Guide. Open that up, and you'll see very similar things. Steps to get there. Now this is pretty long ID and password, so I would suggest that you end up copying and pasting. You shouldn't really want to type that unless you just enjoy it. And there again, you will have screenshots that are reminders of what you will see when you go through your searching. So download that into your folder, and then scroll further down towards the end and go to Text Share Databases. And this is a help guide that will show you how to enter from the pod instead of the web page. Either way works, and there's no difference once you get to them. There again, you see steps, how to get there. You see the ID and password. And then you see a little bit of screenshot reminders on what to do once you get there. Okay. So I am going to return to the subject guide that's been created. And in the subject guide, you may want to maybe bookmark this page so that you can get to it quickly. It'll be very handy to have. You'll have blue buttons over here on the left-hand side. So if I click the reference resources, for example, it's going to bring me a few things that are very helpful in the process of doing your English assignments. There's one for books and ebooks, databases, with some tips there at the top. So many of these are specific databases that will help you in your English classes. Generally, as you go along, get more experience, then you'll be diving into these in more detail, and you'll probably be more experienced in that, and it will make better sense to you on which database to use if you want to focus on one single database. We have some citation information here. But like I said at the beginning, you have citations with each of the articles that are within our databases, so you don't have to really worry about creating your own citation unless you use Google or a book or something of that nature. And these are just some things to do with famous authors. Okay, so those are the two kind of tools that we have that you should make use of, because they will make life a lot easier and can answer a lot of questions, or at least help keep you on track while you do these assignments until you kind of work your way into a process that you have developed sort of for yourself. Okay. All right, let's go back to the pod page. And we're going to access a database. I'm going to show you how EBSCO databases work. They all work about the same. The only real difference will be maybe the colors. Some of the layouts will be different, but they all have the same basic components, and you'll see that momentarily. So scroll down to access our databases, and let's choose EBSCO databases. It's going to look like this. Okay. I'm not sure what topic you guys are going to choose. However, I will will just choose a random topic. Let's see what I got. Let's do pollution in the ocean. I like that. So this is searching from 70 different databases. And it has returned 8,200 results. And what else is important here? So this is a big number. Now you have a couple of requirements, in that 2 of your sources must be peer-reviewed journal articles, and then 2 must be credible sources. I would suggest to you that you get more than 2. Getting only 2 when you have this many available is just being lazy. So double that, or triple that, or quadruple that, because it's easy and everything is there for you, and will make your assignment, it'll give you much more information. It'll be much better. So we have 2 examples here. So this is great. 1 of each of your required sources. The second one is peer-reviewed. It shows here. And peer-reviewed means that there are people in the field who have kind of reviewed science, the methodologies, the writing of these authors, before they got to the point where they could publish this article in this particular journal. So the people associated in the, so what would this be? Maybe these were psychologists because of this psychological subject term down here. Maybe I'm just guessing. So it's a way of quality control. There is similar review work, quality control in things like encyclopedias. Let's see if we have any others here. So these are all journals. Here's a periodical. So these non-academic journals typically will still have a review of some sorts. Generally, editors will review the topics or review the work of the authors to make sure that they are good. And so that's another way of having confidence in the articles, right? So let's let me take this second one. I'll show you how to deal with these. If you just want peer-reviewed, well, let's go through these buttons up here right quick. If I choose this peer-reviewed button here, it brings this number down, and that's a good thing. I can show more, just FYI. I can choose a publication date range, so let me choose the past 5 years. Some of you will get a tremendously large number of results in your searches, so you'll need to understand how to do some of this stuff. And these source types, I can also bring the numbers down. I'll just leave it the way it is for now for this particular search. Some you may need to, so just be aware of that. I want to go to this first one. I'll pretend that it interests me. So there's our title. There's our authors, the journal, publication date, database, a little bit about it, like a little summary there. That's good to know, so you can have an idea of whether you want to go further with it. So I'm going to say, yeah, let me do this one. First thing you want to do is go down and check the abstract. Abstract was also in the beginning. I showed you where it said show more. That's something you can use as well. However, I'm going to pretend that I really like this. and as such I will download it. But first I want to get the citation. So click the quotation marks there, right here. And you guys are required to use APA in this particular assignment, so this is good. It's already defaulting there, but in your other assignments you may need to use Chicago if you're doing history, perhaps, or MLA if you're doing some other other classes. Your instructors will tell you what they need, what you need to use. Okay, so I'm going to choose APA 7, copy it to clipboard, and then you paste it into your works cited or reference page. Okay, do that immediately, and do not leave it undone until the end of your paper and think that you're going to go back and try and find it, because that doesn't always work. And if you don't have it and you need it, it's going to be a bad situation. So I'm going to close that because I saved it already. And then I want to go to, here's a little tip for you. Take the first part of the title. Right click and copy. Do not take special characters like that or comma or period, because it will not work in the renaming convention. I want to download the PDF. Very nice. And I will click these closed. So this gives me the PDF. You can highlight and copy and paste. If you download here, it gives you the option to set all these defaults. So I'm going to choose that. Now you see it has a file name of EBSCO full text 092625. That's a terrible file name once you start having more than one. So I'm going to click on this folder, go to my downloads folder. I'm going to do a right click here and rename. Right click and paste. Now this folder, you should move this into your English class, the 1301 folder, and perhaps even make an assignment folder for it so you keep everything together. Okay, so now once it's time to keep things organized, you'll see that all of these things are together and you will not have any confusion across file names, and that can be very helpful when you're doing things last minute. Okay, so this is downloaded, and the rest of it from here in EBSCO is just rinse and repeat. So you may have to try different search terms, which you can get from the subject terms and all of these. Now, for your credible sources, if you uncheck the peer-reviewed, it will return us back to probably the 8,000 or 2,000. Yeah, because we chose the past 5 years. So that's nice. Okay, so this is going to give us back that original, and you can then go in and choose your credible sources. In this instance, I'm going to use trade publications, which are very good. But the operation is still the same. For example, if I like that one, I'll click it. I will check the abstract. Yes, it looks good. I like it. Access now. PDF. I would also, well, I'm not going to be able to necessarily do that. Let me go back. I want to get the first bit of the title there. Okay, download, download, download. Yeah. So you see how this file name came up? I'm going to do the same thing. Rename it. Yeah, so now we have file names that actually make sense. It's very handy. Okay, so that is working in EBSCO. When you go to Gale or ProQuest, it will be very much the same. Okay. The next thing I want to show you is TextShare, which is the state library, a program that they have that we subscribe to. And the reason that's very helpful, so back to the pod page, access our databases, Gale ProQuest database via TextShare databases. Click that one. It's going to look like this. So because you cannot use the Britannica's Procom website, you can do something similar here by using Opposing Viewpoints, which is a database that is supposed to give us both many sides of issues. So you'll see it's a little bit different in the layout, but it works basically the same. So I'm going to do pollution in the ocean, like we saw there. See what we get. So there's not as much in terms of numbers as we saw in EBSCO, but that's okay. We can do full text. So you see these various things here. You can choose to filter. These things up here are your source types. And here are the ways that you can select things by peer-reviewed status or full text status. So of course we're going to do full text because it really shouldn't change things much. And you'll see your academic journals are going to be your peer-reviewed. And as we scroll down, you'll see boxes of the various types. With generally they will put 3 if they have them in each one. So that can help you give you an idea of what you've got there. Okay, so let's just take this first one. Okay, this is an academic journal. It's going to be peer-reviewed. I'll show you right there. Gives you the author and the publication that it comes from. Now, if we look up here, again, we have citation option, and they default to MLA, so you're going to choose APA, and select and copy. Okay, very nice. I'll get rid of that. And download. So this is nice because when they download, you'll see the title of the name, so that's very handy to have. So put that into your folder, and then it still works the same way. Yeah. Okay, that is the databases, and basically actually your citations too. So if you stick to this idea of working in our databases, then you shouldn't be needing to go and create your own citations. So we do have tools for that, and I will show you. If you go to the library's webpage, we'll see what is best here. We've moved some things around, so it's not as it's not as necessary anymore. And so if you go to research help guides over here, this yellow button with help guides, you'll see these help tools for the citations. Okay, I don't think you're going to need them, but they are available there. The EasyBib, Sun Citation Machine, they will help you to format those. You will have to go through probably some screens of advertisements, so it's really not a lot of fun, but it is available if you need it. All right, that wraps it up. My name is Roger, one of the librarians here. If you have questions or you find yourself spinning your wheels, please come see me in the library, or you can try me on Teams. This is me right here. I'm happy to help you, and I'm here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and look forward to seeing you if you need help. Thank you very much, and good luck.